High School Sports Alive, in partnership with ABC 27, is proud to present the Middletown Blue Raiders and the visiting Palmyra Cougars. This game's brought to you by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Good evening, everyone. I'm Todd McCall, along with Archie Smith Jr. and Jerome Presley. Tonight, the Blue Raiders here at home, they're undefeated. That's probably what we've been talking about, unbelievably wise. But here's the thing. Tonight, Palmyra Cougars come on the road. If they win tonight, there'd be a three-way tie in the division. Many people around here are saying that's not going to happen when you're a Blue Raider. And winning this division has become really part of the nature of this team. Tonight, it's got to take Palmyra Cougars a special night. They're really going to have to come on the road here and do some special things without possibly their quarterback, Jerome.
Yeah, I mean, early in the season, actually the last game, their starting quarterback, Grant Halls, went down with an injury, and they haven't been able to get him back. Last week, the two quarterbacks that subbed in for him was only able to generate 55 yards but 2 interceptions. So that took out an entire different element to their game. They're going to try to still work. I mean, you think about it. Now you have another work of practice, and you want to get those guys ready. So a lot of it's going to fall on Caleb Hawkins, the running back, who has over 1,100 yards right now and 14 touchdowns. He's been carrying a rushing load that's been huge for this team, and he's going to be called on to do it again. On the other side from Middletown, it's just a train that keeps on coming. We saw them against Bishop McDevitt earlier in the season, and we got to applaud them for taking that game because it gave them that opportunity that I think they think will give them that opportunity in the States when they get to the state championship game. Jose Lopez continues to be the running back for this team that makes this engine go, over 1,100 yards himself, 17 touchdowns, and he's been Mr. Consistency throughout his career for Middletown.
You know, and I talked about Middletown being undefeated in the division they are. Their only loss is this year to, we had them here, the Crusaders of McDevitt. But that's a game you take and you put it back. It's long ago. Blue Raiders are now setting their sights onto that 3A state championship or district championship because that's what they've been doing. You're a Palmyra Cougar tonight. You're coming on the road, Archie Smith. How are you going to offset number 25 in Lopez?
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to stack the box. Since we know this team, we know that this is a divisional game. We know that this is a game that we must have. These guys have been working all week at practice. I promise you, they done had somebody on the opposite side on the scout team wearing number 25. So I'm pretty sure that the defense is going to know where number 25 is at all time, guys.
Well, and that's exactly probably the recipe tonight. Maybe stacking the box if you're a Cougar fan. If you're a Blue Raider fan tonight, they're coming out regardless of the rains, what I've been hearing. This is Middletown Blue Raiders, Palmyra Cougars, coming right up after these messages.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And at HoffmanFord.com, they make it easy to find the new or used Ford you've been looking for. Search nearly 500 new and used vehicles right at your fingertips. And when you find one you like, you can even get pre-approved by applying online. Plus, you can chat live or text a real person to answer any questions you may have. Start your shopping at HoffmanFord.com. They make it easy to get into a new or used Ford today.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Today's professional skill tip will involve using one-handed shooting to bring balance and stability to the shot. I teach young players to balance the ball in one hand, in close, to establish a squared-up foundation when shooting. The one-hand shooting further out forces the players to stay square, reinforcing balance and lift on the shot. This one-handed emphasis will only help with leg power, and the ball rolling off the one hand developing more control and overall shot balance.
The one-handed shooting is the fundamental tool I use to develop advanced shooters.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
Welcome to War Memorial Field. Todd McCall along with Jerome Presley and Archie Smith Jr. and Grace Grill down on the field tonight. Palmyra Cougars, Middletown, Capital Division clash. Really right now, Middletown, they know they come out here with the win. They take the title home. Palmyra is actually trying to say, hey, they win a three-way tie. Milton Hershey, Palmyra, and Middletown.
Well, it'll only be a three-way tie if Milton Hershey beats Still High today.
Okay. That's
so
right.
That'll be big. They still have a game, and what we'll try to do is keep the fans updated at home on that score as best that we can, because that's a big game there. Milton Hershey only has one loss, and they're looking pretty good after a strong outing last week against Camp Hill, where they pretty much owned that whole game. It ended up being 35-14, but they were up 35-0 at half. So this division, who always one of my favorite divisions because of the parity, it's definitely stronger when you have a stronger Camp Hill. This is one of the few years that Camp Hill hasn't been able to join the party. But between Middletown and Milton Hershey and Palmyra, Boiling Springs, we know that Camp Hill has been formidable in the past, but they're not there yet. Trinity has had some down years, but top to bottom, that conference has been good. So winning it is a big deal.
Well, right now, if you're a Cougar fan, one of your concerns is, big shoulders tonight. Caleb Hawkins is probably going to have to really have the ball a lot. I would imagine 20-plus touches. Having Haas out, man, we wish you that young man, he's a senior, we wish him the best. I know he took a shot on the sideline and busted his elbow up a little bit. And we didn't get the full report on the injury, but we know that he's not playing tonight. So really right now, when you're wearing number 26 in the Palmyra Cougars, you know what you're up against tonight when you're seeing this Blue Raider Middletown clash here. Gray uniforms tonight. Very difficult to see the numbers, if you could see it, in Cougars on their white shirts, white pants, black helmet. And Middletown will be back to receive will be Jose Lopez. Now, Jose Lopez has 3,254 yards in his career and 40 touchdowns, Jerome. That is.
He'll be back next year.
And here's the thing. That is a heck of numbers. And right now we know Brady Fox is their leader throughout the year here at Middletown. But I don't know. Lopez is on record to set that. The up men will take it across the 20-yard line, putting on a move, and will be taken down. That was Richard Sykes for Middletown. Scott Ashton and the Middletown Blue Raiders will have their first possession of the game.
And don't be surprised if you see Palmyra really try to stack the box against this Middletown and shut down this running game the best that they can. Because once Lopez gets going, it's a daunting task to try to halt this, especially with your quarterback down. And think about it, Todd. Grant Hall's 1,314 yards passing, 400 yards rushing, and 20 total touchdowns is taken out of your offense.
Yeah.
That's going to be difficult to overcome.
And Haas really mixed it up. He was the guy that really scrambled a lot. So you got single receivers left and right. One in motion is Sykes. Sykes on the jet sweep coming across the left side. Sykes across the 30. Big old hole across the 40. It'll be knocked down just shy of the 50-yard line. Coming up to make the tackle for Palmyra was a big defensive end, number 85.
And that's
Ryan Turner.
And that's what we big for Palmyra. Defensively, they can't let the big plays happen. You saw Lopez get outside with a good block on the left end, which were able to spring that yardage.
Scott Ash is walking up and down the line, making a play called directly on the line. Lopez is a lone back. Single receivers and twins to the far right. Ash back to pass, and it's going to be knocked down on the defensive side. That's a great play for Palmyra. And that was Jaden Kreiser who knocked that down, the junior. He's 215 pounds. He's 6'1". He got a hand up. Good fundamental defensive play. Get a hand up when you see it in the passing lane, Jerome.
Yeah, definitely. And this Palmyra team has had a really good year. Only one loss, which was to Milton Hershey 2 weeks ago. Other than that, they've been sailing along pretty good. So they definitely want to use that to get into this game.
Lopez left side across the 50-yard line with a big hole across the 40, the 30, 20. He will not be touched. Touchdown, Blue Raiders. Jose Lopez didn't even make it. Really wasn't a doubt.
And again, Lopez, we've seen it last year. We're seeing it this year. You give him a little bit of space, and let's give hats off to that linebacker. And that, you just had the blocking on that left side was able to just carve out the room needed. And then we know once he gets an open field, it's hard to catch him.
Yeah, it was a 53-yard touchdown out of Lopez, and that'll be his 41st of his career. 41 touchdowns in his career. Ash is set on to hold. Anthony Lavia, the senior, will be set to kick. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it's good. Middletown on the board early, 3 plays, 53-yard drive, or 53-yard touchdown. You see right here, Lopez. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Well, welcome back. It was a 53-yard touchdown by Jose Lopez. You see here, he gets a great block. The drives were set up with a jet sweep there. And that was Odell Green. And then right back to Lopez. Lopez who got a hole. Once he has a hole, he's tough to run. Yeah. You're not going to stop him.
No, and Doran Hunter, number 8, the problem was he wasn't able to keep contained on the outside, and that took away or actually gave that seam to open up on the outside. So you have to keep contained if you're coming up and making that play to force it inside to your other players.
Let's go down to Coach Archie Smith Jr. on the sideline. Archie, defensively has 3 plays, 53 yards, 74 yards total. It was a 53-yard touchdown by Lopez. What do you see defensively?
One thing I seen Middletown setting that up, as you guys stated earlier, with the jet sweep. They went outside 2 times, and then they give it to their horse to fake outside and go straight up the middle. So now they're going to have this Palmyra defense having to guard both outside and inside of the tackle, guys.
All right, so no Haas and Seth Robertson will go left side. Oh, he'll give to Hawkins, that was. Hawkins on his first carry.
And don't be surprised if Middletown, you see from Middletown, they just stack the box and force the sophomore to throw the ball. I mean, they're going to stack the box and not allow Caleb Hawkins to get going. So Middletown or Palmyra is going to have to figure out some kind of way to put the ball in the air from time to time to keep that defense honest.
It was Tavares on the tackle for Middletown. So shotgun formation. Inside slant was picked off, and it's going to take back for a touchdown. Pick 6, and Christopher Joseph for Middletown. The junior will take it back. It's tipped, and that's going to be another touchdown for Middletown.
And when you have these quick hitting passes on the outside, you have to do something to get those corners off of that. And basically what happened on this play, it looks like Roberson just eyed that ball right in. Corner didn't even back up at all. He just came up and made the play. So, again, that's the 3rd interception in 2 games by the quarterback position ever since the quarterback Halls went down.
So Seth Robertson's pass, he's a sophomore, was picked off. And it's up and good, and it's 14-0 Middletown. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambaba family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambaba family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambaba family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambaba family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambaba.com.
Well, let's take a look at this. Didn't go as well as you would like. It was pass picked off and taken back for pick 6 by Christopher Joseph. Let's go down to Archie Smith Jr. Archie, looks like Middletown's just going to come out and man. And we talked about that a lot, just being aggressive in their man.
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to force this backup quarterback to beat them with his arm. And as you can see, this is very challenging for the Middletown DBs because we was here last time against McDevitt, and we seen what McDevitt was, how their receivers challenged these Middletown DBs. So right now these guys are getting ready for a playoff push, and they're challenging their DBs to let's man up because we're going to have to go man in the playoffs, guys.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, Joseph's return was a 26-yard. But I like what I saw out of Sean Carter, guys. I mean, he's setting Palmyra up with a good return. I mean, he had a crease, too, and I thought maybe, man, I tell you what, he had one guy to beat. He might busted that out, and they might have took that to the end zone. Cougars coming out with twin receivers far left, single receiver here. Robertson shotgun formation, and dropped immediately is Hawkins.
And again, when you have a backup quarterback, I know anytime in college and in high school, there's a backup quarterback, you're going to get him. And it looks like Hawkins maybe down, got twisted up a little bit. As you can see, he didn't even have time to move before he gets hit. And then you look at him, and his caught
leg was behind it. Boy, that did not look good. He got twisted up with the defensive lineman, and all the weight came down on his leg. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Well, welcome back. We just hope that young man is okay. It was Caleb Hawkins who come up. And they had an all defensive lineman roll on his leg, rolled his leg under, so it just didn't look good at all. It'll be second down and 11 for Palmyra. Ball is on the 33-yard line. Robertson will be in shotgun formation of twins to left and single receiver right. Give the left side is to it's on computer.
So now, I mean, Palmyra already came in with a starting quarterback down, now they're starting running backs down. So offensively, they got to figure out a way to generate something offensively and get that morale up for a team that's had such a good year. Getting themselves into this position, working hard all year. So it's going to be definitely difficult, but it's early in the game. You got to get these guys momentum and doing plays that they feel comfortable doing.
Well, that was Petrino. That was actually Max Petrino's in now to replace Caleb Hawkins. He's 5'7", he's a junior, he's 205 pounds, good size running back. Twins right, one in motion. And there's whistles. Look like there possibly was a little bit of movement left side. This gives us an opportunity to congratulate this gentleman right here, Mr. Steve Conahan. 35 years of officiating, and tonight is his last game. He's officially retiring after tonight's game, so we want to thank Steve for his services for the PIAA and all he's done. 35 years, that's a long time.
I mean, think about how much football he saw in that time. He probably got a chance to officiate so many big games in the sport. So, again, anytime you can go out on your own and do something you loved and enjoy for that long, it's great.
So it'll be 3rd and 15, the ball on the 29. Robertson's going to roll to his left, look downfield, dump off that was there, but incomplete. He wanted to go to Sean Carter. Sean Carter's their target. Palmyra will have to punt.
And Robertson is a 5'7", 150-pound 10th grader. So again, this will definitely be a valuable experience for him as he's going to have to grow up fast, and he's had to grow up fast being the quarterback of this team.
That ball had a chance of being blocked. It's going to roll a little past. He's going to be down right at the 50 and give Middletown good field position.
Palmyra's point is down at the 50-yard line.
Advanced Hoops boasts the largest basketball training program in Central PA. Take your game to the next level. Top trainers Duke McCamey, Gerald Jarman, and Charlie Fortney. Shooting, post, and point guard classes are being offered this fall. Register today to reserve your spot at advancedhoops.com. Shotgun for Ash. Puts one in motion, single receiver to his left. Give left side. And the give was Green. Sykes. It's Richard Sykes, whose helmet came off, so he'll probably have to come out of play.
And we know Richard Sykes can definitely run the ball when called upon. And that's the one thing about Middletown, with what you see from them, from Coach Myers, is they want to have more than one back doing the damage. So you'll see, Sykes get in the game and do what he needs to do on the offense, and it gives Lopez some time to breathe. Now, one thing about, Sykes has 867 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns, and that as the second running back. So that lets you know, when he comes in, he's been able to do some damage.
Well, there was a face mask, too, to tack onto the end of that play. So they'll go twin receivers left and right. Ash going to look up, stand straight directly, look over to Brett Myers, the head coach, who's done such a great job here at Middletown. Lopez is the back. Ball's on the 31. Green will go in motion. Ash looking downfield. He's going to hit Green. It's going to be incomplete.
And I'll tell you, one of the things that you do see with this Middletown running attack, this is a very hard running attack to stop. Right. And we know that when 2 weeks ago when Palmyra played Milton Hershey, they had a hard time against the running game there. And you have a team in Middletown that's very comparable to what we saw in Milton Hershey. They're probably equal, if not Middletown a little bit stronger. It's going to be very hard to stop them running the ball unless you commit a lot of players to the run. And that's what I would do. Sometimes you may have to go with a 6 or 7 man box to stop these guys.
Ash is going to give the Sykes play action. Going to go to Lopez, far side. Lopez makes one move. Again, makes another move. Still on his feet, crossing the 20-yard line. He'll be knocked out of bounds. Petrino will have to come up to make the tackle.
And I think the biggest thing, and you see this on this play, that I was very impressed with Lopez was how much stronger of a runner he is this year. He's very hard to bring down, and he has a good low center of gravity. You can see that he's worked extremely hard in the offseason, and it's hard to tackle him. He's a very hard guy to bring down.
40 touchdowns, well, 41. He just got one tonight earlier, a 53-yarder. So 1st and 10, ball on the 20. Ash going to roll right side to Sykes. Sykes across the 10-yard line. Sykes puts a head down. He's going to be knocked out about the 2-yard line. Coming up to make that tackle on a hard hit was Nick Mulder.
And right now, Middletown is just doing anything they want to do offensively. In this way, you just move your quarterback a little bit, get some guys in space, get it to the receiver early in the route, Sykes, and let him get upfield. And Sykes almost gets into the end zone.
Bobby spotted on the 1-yard line. 7:35 to play. He gives it to Lopez directly. Flags are down. Lopez down on his feet. Dove into the end zone, but
I think there may have been movement from Middletown.
Flag on the play.
Hey, Arch, there was an illegal shift. There was a lot going on in that play. Had Lopez come in. Going to be direct snap to him, Archie Smith.
The ball is moved back to the 6-yard line.
Well, what you seen was they went with a wildcat look. On their motion, it's kind of tricky because these guys are coming in motion, and the legal shift would mean when that motion player is leaning forward. So that turns their ball instantly to a dead play, guys.
Thanks, Arch. 1st and ball on the 6. Lopez left side, put his head down, grinding. Going to be pulled down about the 2-yard line, coming up to make the initial tackle. Got him into the backfield there with Seth Robertson, who's also playing on the defensive side as well.
And you can see with the Palmyra defense, this is a defense that's done well all season. And again, when you have key injuries like that, it does change the dynamic of your team, especially when those key injuries are leaders of your team. So you have to find leadership somewhere, because chances are Palmyra is still getting in the playoffs, and they got to find a way to get themselves going in there in a good place.
Ash on the slant that's incomplete, and there's going to be a flag, and it looks like they're going to call that against the defense.
It's hard to see what happened, because initially I didn't see where the penalty came from, but maybe we get another look at it and we'll get a chance to see what happened.
It was incomplete. That ball was intended for Chris Joseph. So So the ball's on the 1 yard line.
The ball's moved to the 1 yard line for a remaining second and goal.
Should be a flag, and it was a slow call there, Jerome.
I think Sykes tried to play it off.
Sykes tried to play that off. It was hard to play that one off. I mean, he went forward, and that was the whole body went forward. Then he bounced back and went forward again. So
right. That was pretty cool to see.
You can get him twice. Thought, well, maybe if I got back quick, they wouldn't see it. Even though I'm the lone receiver out here. So it'll be a second down. The ball backs the ball up to the 6 yard line. 6:54 to play here, first quarter. There's movement again on the left side. Sykes.
And that's what you needed from that Palmyra defense, is guys to come up and make a play. And you see, guys got a little bit of hunger on that one. They would come up to seal the defense on that.
All right, so 3rd and goal, 6:33 to play. Ash is going to walk up down the line. Twin receivers out to the right and left. They're going to put Lopez in motion. And they're going to throw to Lopez. Lopez almost taken down and into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Raiders. I thought they had him down at least the 2. But somehow, I tell you, he's tough to bring down. And anytime you see him motion from that side, they generally, when they motion him like that, Jerome, it's generally always going to go to him.
And you saw Sean Carter, I believe, was on the outside of number 1, had an opportunity to make a play for a short gain, and he can't get Lopez down. And again, we talked about his ability to run through tackles, and once again, he did it again.
All right, Ash will come on with the hold. Anthony Lavia with the point after. It's down, it's up, and it's good. And we'll be right back with more after these messages.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently, we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Well, 7 plays, 50 yards, an 8-yard TD pass right here, Ash. This was set up, though, by his good buddy, Richard Sykes. And they motioned Lopez. Lopez broke the tackle, stayed on his feet, and that's what he's really I think that's where his maturity as a runner's become. He breaks tackles and stays on his feet, avoids tackles. And Archie Smith, generally when you see them come, when he's lined up in the twin side and they put him in motion, they do 2 things out of it. They usually give it to him on a jet sweep, or they just throw it to him out of the backfield. And it's very effective, isn't it?
Well, the 2 outside receivers, you can see that those guys was running a drag route on the slant, which they're in man coverage, so it's going to draw the defense to go with them. And he's running a shadow out route, which his man is trying to come over that drag and that slant. But he still, like you guys said, was able to make a play. I kind of thought it was good coverage, but man, that guy got a set of legs on him, guys. He is running through arm tackles.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a kid, the guy that's trying to hit him 156 pounds, and you got to come up and put a, wrap up and get him down. And again, we've seen it for 2 years, and especially this year. He's been breaking a lot of tackles, and it hasn't been the most healthy year for him. I mean, he's dealt with his own injuries here and there, and he's still been playing effectively.
Robertson, keeper, across the 30-yard line, and that's going to get something going for Palmyra.
And there you go. You get the young quarterback, Robinson, able to get some positive yards from Palmyra. And again, you just want to get something going. You can't really focus on the score. Get something positive. Got a good 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for Palmyra. Good play.
So up front for Palmyra is Jake Miller, John Pallone, Mason Blanchard, Garrett Miller, and Gabe LeFew. That's a pretty good size offensive line. 290, 215, 200, 245. I mean, they're not little. Palmyra's got a good, solid line. Got a couple juniors on that line yet, but they've got some of the big boys are seniors. But it's 3rd down and 3 ball on the 32-yard line.
And again, you got to see if you can get something going. Able to get a couple yards on that last play, so they went positive. 3rd and 3. That down the distance is, definitely manageable. So it gives you an opportunity to do a variety of different things and not have a lot of yards to go to get the first down.
Right, 3rd and 3, ball 32, 4:29. Robertson's going to roll left. He's going to throw behind the receiver, and they had him.
Definitely open and the first down. When he rolled out, he didn't have tons of time. He had a defender right in his face right away, so he had to get rid of that ball pretty quickly. So again, Middletown holds, and Palmyra have to punt, have to gain not many yardage.
Casey Sugar was the intended receiver, 5'9", 155. He's a junior. And Trevor Benner will be on to punt. A good punt. Taking little positives here. Palmyra Cougars right now down 21-0, just finding some of those positives. They had a 3rd and 3. Just maybe an index.
Well, I think Palmyra got a.
Well, the ball went out of bounds.
Wow!
Right outside the 30. Archie Smith Jr. How about that spot? Archie, you down there? I'm not really sure what happened. The ball looked like it went out of the 30. Just shy of 30.
Wow. I mean, that has to be like 20 yards of extra yards that seemed like it was given on that play.
Well, actually, I had to chime in with the head coach from Middletown asking the referee what did he really see because that ball went over his head. So if you're Palmyra right now, you're not really saying nothing. If you're Middletown, you're asking him what is going on.
It was a 45-yard punt. That's what it is. Give to Sykes. Sykes left side, breaking a tackle, staying on his feet. Again, crossing the 25. And there's a flag there.
And again, this is where, Palmyra has to really, get into the game is defensively. Guys have to tackle. I mean, if that doesn't happen, and we'll see what this flag is, this is going to be a really long night for this team.
It's going to be holding against Middleton. Or blocking the back, excuse me. That was going to move Middletown back.
The ball back to the 12-yard line. It'll be first down.
All right, Ash will have the ball on the 12. Shotgun formation, dropping off, dump off to Sykes. Sykes across the 20 and the 30. And stand on his feet and then he'll wrestle out of bounds. Man. That's actually Green that came up with it.
And that was just a good play. Get the ball out to your playmakers and let them get upfield. You got Green who's getting a piece of this as well. So again, you get those offensive linemen in front of you blocking. You got your receivers out there blocking, laying some good blocks, and giving your playmaker a time to get upfield. And Green makes the best of it and the most of it on that play.
Ryan Turner, the senior, brought him down. Back. Oh, man, that ball was floating out in space. Looks like it'd be a good opportunity for Palmyra to pick it off. It would be incomplete.
Well, you see Middletown. Middletown, instead of just running the ball and pounding it, they're looking at ways to get the ball out very quickly into the flats and attack Palmyra defense there as well. So they're being very diverse in their offensive attack at this point.
That was Lamar Ventura, the team pass. Ash with time, rolling right. Pass is complete across the 50-yard line.
And again, I am kind of surprised to see Middletown with the running game they have to go so heavy pass right now. but right now they're getting some success out of it. So they're in third and manageable 3 yards at this point.
That was Antonio Bryant, his first catch.
So it'll
be 3rd down and 3 ball on the 50. That's gives to Lopez. Lopez right side across the 40, the 20. Not going to be touched. Touchdown, Blue Raiders.
And I, from the time he got the ball to the touchdown, I don't think he was touched by anyone. And he just blasted through the defensive line and just, you know, again, once he gets an open field, it's over. And look at the hole that's created here.
That hole was huge.
And again, untouched.
Man, I tell you, he's turned into a special runner, but when you give him holes and give him block, it's even. I mean, he's just hard to. You got to give some of these big boys up front.
Well, you think about. We talk about Fox. Fox wasn't the one that led the team in rushing last year. It was Lopez.
It was
Lopez had 1,700 yards, over
Right.
1,700 yards rushing last year. So, and he's only a junior now. So he's coming back next year.
43 touchdowns on his career, guys. We got more coming up for this guy, Jose Lopez, taking it to the end zone. More after these messages.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Well, welcome back. Middletown putting another one on the board. Jose Lopez with his 3rd touchdown of the game. Here's his last drive. It starts off with this right here. Great pickup by Green. Green picks up a nice gain, takes the ball across the 40-yard line, and then you get this. A hole for Jose Lopez, and the rest is what he does.
Come on, kid. That's my boy.
Down the sideline, there's probably a block in the black. It might be coming back. Palmyra trying to make something happen.
And a great return that may be negated.
Brandon Luff, the junior, is 5'8", 158 pounds. Just when they had maybe something to be excited about. And we still got to get Coach Pope is still wanting to know the call.
There's no one there.
It's holding.
Penalty is holding.
So that gives an opportunity from Palmyra to get on the board with just an explosive play, and this comes back, unfortunately.
But I look at it, Jerome, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to see who he hit, who was on, because there was a...
Yeah, it's hard to know where it happened. It was kind of a, you see, he just exploded through the line, so we didn't get a chance to see what the officials may have seen. But, again, this will back Palmyra up. And, again, 1 step forward, 2 steps back for this Palmyra Cougar team.
Guys, being down on the field level, I think that hole came from the middle of the return, but it was so far away, from the run. You try to teach your kids, once the runner is in front of you, don't touch anybody.
Right. All right, so Petrino will be the back. Robertson shotgun formation. He's single left and single right. The receivers. Petrino will carry it. And he breaks a tackle, crosses the 40-yard line, and then he'll be knocked down by Sykes.
And then Petrino gets upfield, and again, and he's coming up gimping right now. So again, right now we got the walking wounded on the Palmyra sideline, and just guys just going down, and key players too. That's the one thing about this sport. If anybody believes this is a sport that's not tough, these guys get injured, man. We've seen it, and it's hard, especially when you've had such a good year to this point, and then you start seeing these injuries happen to your key players at the end of the season.
Should deliver the ball high to Sean Carter. Sean Carter's a quick guy, and I see why they want to get him the ball.
So you get a chance to see Halls, who's not playing on the sideline, is trying to help calm his quarterback, the quarterback down, the backup down, to let him know Halls isn't playing today, but he's still out there helping the coaches and trying to help this young quarterback get his rhythm a little bit in this game.
3rd down and 10. Ball will be on the 40 for Palmyra. Trips in a bunch over to the left side, and a single receiver here right. Robertson. And the catch is complete to Sean Carter.
And again, those are those good passes you want, and the key is to get your quarterback in rhythm. Too bad he's not able to get the first down to get an opportunity to continue the drive, but it brings up a 4th down. And again, this Palmyra offense is struggling to get going, and when they do get something special, penalty brings them back.
Palmyra set the punt. Punt will go and roll in front of the 30, and Middletown will have the ball.
And again, Todd, we're 28-0, and we're still in the first quarter right now. So this is definitely a game that really Middletown has owned from the very start. And Palmyra, just the struggles that Palmyra have had offensively and defensively right now. And that's, if there's anywhere that I'm surprised by, is the defensive effort. I would have thought that Palmyra defensively would have done a little more to stop this Middletown team.
Ash coming back on. Low snap controlled. Give him to Sykes. Sykes across the 40. Looks to break a tackle. Good open field tackle by Nick Morton.
And Sykes able to get upfield, get a first down. Almost has an opportunity to get even more. Good blocking, and then gets low bridged by number 4. That's Mortar.
It'll be 1st and 10, 1:18 to play. Jet sweep left side. Green across the 40-yard line looking for a block. Lowers his head and be knocked out.
And that jet sweep is so important. And what makes that such a good play is the blocking on the outside. The Middletown offensive players are just really doing a good job in the stalk blocking. In which a stalk block is for wide receivers that are out there blocking defensive backs, and they have to stalk block them to get out there. And once you get out there, you want to get your hands on him and make sure that you stay in front of that defender to stop him from making the play. Good job on the outside from Middletown.
You look at the total yards, Palmyra with 15, Middletown with 200. Up front for Middletown, they've done such a good job as Colin Hefner. In the trenches is Hefner and Ethan Miller, along with Gussler and Cole Sr. These guys have been doing it all year. Jeremy Wells. Big guys up front. Pass was complete. Odell Green. It's just under 27 seconds here in the first quarter. And again, Ash, who has 909 yards on the year passing one, so he's looking for 1,000.
And again, right now, Middletown offensively is really able to do what they want to do, and they're doing both things.
There'll be flags.
They just threw a punch at Frank. Over 5? After he threw.
Be a false start. Middletown.
False start on Middletown. The ball's moved back to the 34-yard line where it remains first down.
So again, you have Middletown 1st and 15. And offensively, they're doing really well. And then, penalty. But right now, they're in such command of this game. That's not going to be difficult. And this gives the Middletown offense an opportunity at times to spell Lopez a little bit. And again, he's had a very good season up to this point. Again, he's been dealing with his own stuff too.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
My own pace.
I'll see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be. And I won't stop learning. I am CCA.
Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
As a trusted local community bank, Mid-Penn Bank offers options for families including Simply Free Checking, a Young Savers account, great rates on CDs and money markets, and an array of financial options including mortgages and home equity loans. Stop in at Mid-Penn Bank branch near you or visit midpennbank.com to learn more. Welcome back to second quarter action. Ash back to pass down the middle. It's incomplete, overthrown. Green.
And again, you're seeing Middletown taking their shots. And they want to make sure that they every chance they get, they're going to take their shots throwing the ball. So Ash is lighting it up right now. And again, this is they're trying to get themselves game ready for the playoffs.
It'll be second and 15.
It'll be second and 15. 11:57 to play. Sykes across the 20 and be drugged down.
Number 2, Richie Sykes with the carry.
Got a Palmyra Cougar down.
Another one down.
Where's the replay? They see the hold in that? Yeah, they tackled him. You see that? Wow. They haven't started any flags.
He's brought down at the 19-yard line.
Where they have to throw.
All right, it'll be first and 10. 11:47. Ball on the 18-yard line. Red zone opportunity for the Raiders. Give to Sykes. Sykes bouncing out left side. Sykes going to be tripped up. That was a good tackle. Coming up to make that tackle was number 24, Nick Walisi.
And again, this is the Sykes drive, and Middletown is just allowing Sykes to be the bell cow in the run game, and we haven't even seen Lopez after his last touchdown.
Sykes again. Sykes going to cut it up. Touchdown, Blue Raiders.
And you may start to see Middletown begin to pull their starters out the game. I mean, at this point, you're 34-0, and you're so early in the second quarter.
I'm impressed by Gussler and Cole Sr. and some of these guys on that offensive line. I mean, Middletown, that's one of the things that has been the big key to their success in the last 3 years under Brett Myers is like Ethan Miller and Colin Hefner. These guys, they're a heck of an offensive line. They block well, and they've got backs that do things with it after the block. So, I mean, it's a nice recipe. The kick is after, the point after is up and good, 35-0. We'll have more after these messages on High School Sports Network.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
Well, let's take a look at the last drive. Started off with this guy right here had the carries. It's Richard Sykes.
And again, this has been the Richard Sykes drive. When they're not throwing the ball, they've let him do it. And with the two backs, giving Lopez an opportunity to get a breather, he's already put in a day's work in two carries. So, don't be surprised again if you start to see some of these Middletown starters come out the game and get themselves ready for the playoffs. And again, you don't want to count out a team 35 down or nothing, but you have to see if they can find some type of rhythm to be able to at least continue to get forward yardage or positive yardage.
It was 7 plays and 68 yards, capped off by 11-yard touchdown by Sykes. Pugh come up to make the tackle on special teams, and Palmyra will have the ball.
Number 1, Sean Carter with the return.
Archie Smith coming out here, you're down 35-0. You start looking for positives. I mean, this Palmyra team at 8-1. I mean, they're a playoff team, and they've got a good offensive line. They do some good things defensively. How do you just get Robertson back in some sort of rhythm and just kind of, what are you going to look at here?
Well, I change anything. If you can see, Palmyra has some good offensive sets. They call some good plays, but they just don't have the guys that really come out here and get it done. But if I'm Palmyra, I'm still not changing anything. We're 8-1 in this system right here. We're going to keep grinding, and what we're doing now, we're just getting our younger guys ready for, if we have to make substitutions, getting ready for the playoffs. But I like what Palmyra is still doing. Keep doing your offense, change anything, but try to get your quarterback and your team into a rhythm.
Cole Sr. came up to make that tackle. Go ahead, Drew.
And sometimes, and I've said this, what happens when you lose leaders due to injuries? And again, you want to always have that the next man up mentality and getting guys ready. And sometimes when it happens, it changes the entire scope of your squad. Your team is not as fired up as they once were, and it's hard to get going. And now they're trying to figure out what to do to where their defense is suffering.
Yeah. 2nd and 13, the ball, dangerously thrown out there. The receiver had his back turned. Their intended receiver was Sean Carter, the senior. And Sykes came up, and boy, oh boy.
Yeah, that was almost a pick six. He undercut that throw, and Robinson didn't even see him. He's looking, and one of the things with a young quarterback, he gets pasted right after he throws the ball, is locking in on receivers. And the more you do that, the more these defensive backs will get a jump on it and come up and try to pick it off.
All right, Robertson will have 3rd down, 13. Ball on 35. Be twin receivers left, single receiver right, lone back Petrino. Robertson stepping up, looking downfield. It'll be picked off. And that's Sykes. Sykes down the 30, the 20. There's a flag down. He'll take it back to the end zone, touchdown, but it'll probably be holding. They've got 2 flags.
And again, see Robinson again is having a difficult time with his throws, and near pick the first play, and now we get the pick now. We'll see what the penalty will do.
All right. We're going to talk about it a little bit here, and we'll get our call from Sean Conahan here. Mr. Conahan coming over to make the call. Tell you what, after that play, it looked a little bit like the Battle of Gettysburg afterwards. There was down everywhere, flags flying in everywhere. It looked a little bit, I'm not sure. Hey, Art Smith, let's go down to you. I mean, we had flags from both backside come in. I thought I don't know if there was a block in the back on the return.
Well, what we had a scrum going down here. Usually when you see an interception and the flow is going to the sideline and you see nothing but bodies coming over. Remember, Palmyra is coming over full speed, and you're trying to block at full speed to spring your runner for an interception return. But what we had a hold from, I think, number 40, and all 3 referees seen it. It was blight as day, and they would, like we say, nullifies the touchdown.
So we'll take a look at it again. Boy, it
roughing
was
the passer.
Roughing the passer. Cole Sr. came in and hit Robertson helmet to helmet in the face. So that definitely was a great call. I mean,
But then another flag was thrown too. So they're going to give the penalty yardage to Palmyra. And again, I didn't even see the roughing the passer. Robinson got erased from the play and from the screen, but you get a chance to see it here. So Robinson, number 3, fading back to pass, delivers the ball, and he takes a shot right underneath the chin. So that was the first flag, I believe, but they never explained what the other one was. But that definitely, you got to be careful. You can't go up high with a helmet on a quarterback. That is a known penalty at all levels of football.
That is a good shot, guys, because I didn't see the roughing of the passer either. I thought it was on the return down here. So you did have a flag that was on the return.
Right.
You're right. That roughing the passer flag nullifies all of the returns.
Yeah, it was a shot. I mean, Cole Sr. came in strong, 62, and hit Robertson pretty much right under the chin with the helmet. So again, we still have. Take a look at it again, right there. Wow, it's a shot.
And again, you hear a lot of the fan base from Middletown who's really not happy about the play. And again, looking at it from replay, it's a no-brainer. You're going to get that call against you every time. And you know, guys are learning how to play with the new rules, what you can and can't do. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that was legal. You know, they wouldn't have called that one.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you know, with the safety of paramount to players at every level, they're going to make that call.
In Jerome, the few times I did come from the tailback was just to play quarterback when I had to, and people were out. I was the third-string quarterback, so I just want to let you know that. I just want to verify. So I was only in emergency situations, and I did get a couple shots in the chin like that, and it was okay then. So
that was legal. That's not just not
to this
not
day.
only,
I'm still affected by some of those shots in the chin.
it's not a penalty. I wish I would have had an opportunity to be one of the ones to give you that. That would have been pretty cool. I mean,
you know what? I'm getting tired of you. That's all I'm going to say right now. Archie Smith
nice,
Jr.,
man.
come on, man. Help
Come
me
on,
out
Arch.
here,
Arch,
man.
you telling me you wouldn't want to have a shot at Todd McCall as a quarterback on a blitz right in his mouth? Come on.
Defender versus the offensive player.
That's right.
You gotta want that. I can see you now with your dreads coming up, blam, blasting McCall.
All right, Robertson on the left side across the 50-yard line, and Palmyra looking for an opportunity here to get something going.
Good call.
So again, can Palmyra's offense get going and get in some type of rhythm, even if not to score, to establish first downs, to kind of slow down the game a little bit and keep the ball out of this Middletown offense? That, if there's anything, that's what you want to do. So they're in a 2nd and 8. So can they get a first down? And I don't think they've had a first down all game.
Actually, Palmyra's had one first down.
One first down, okay.
Middletown's had 12.
Right. So getting a first down, the more you keep the ball, you keep that offense off the field for Middletown, and you're able to slow this scoring down a little bit.
2nd and 8, ball in the 48. Give to Petrino. Petrino, right side. Steps up, crosses the 45. Will be taken down by a host of gray jerseys. Coming up initially, making that a first hit will be Richard Sykes.
And Petrino is coming in as a backup himself. To come in and try to establish some type of running game for Palmyra with Caleb Hawkins going down early in the game. So, you know, they're down to that backup quarterback and backup running back on the play. It's just been a tale of just bad luck. I mean, these past couple of weeks for this Palmyra team.
Right. It'll be 3rd and 6. Single receiver left and right. Petrino the lone back. Robertson, shotgun formation, standing at his 50. Give to Petrino. Petrino right side. Trying to just find something. Just stand up and rip down. And they're big up front. I mean, that's Ethan Miller to come up, the senior that made that tackle. But
yeah, that's the one thing that you got to remember. This Middletown team defensively is really good. I mean, let's face it. I mean, as good as they've been offensively, they've been extremely good defensively. And you know, you saw, you know, the difficulties they had against Bishop McDevitt in the passing game. Milton Hershey definitely gave them a little bit of difficulties in periods in that game. But for the most part, all year long, they have been stout. Still High did put up a lot of points. And, you know, it was a very good game between the two of them. But defensively, they have done really well this year. So this is a hard team to move the ball on, especially when you have backups in the game.
They're going to split out more to twin receivers to the right. And Luft is the running back. Robertson, downfield, fires, takes it down incomplete. And Middletown will take over on down.
So you can't, you know, you got to get this quarterback, and sometimes you got to let him play. You got to give him plays and try to call the game with things that he does right. And that's what you do with a young quarterback in the game. You figure out what he does right, what he likes, what's comfortable for him, and then you let him do those things and then build off of those as the game goes on.
You know that the rollout call is definitely something you want to get him, but he's delivered that ball even rolling out. He's delivered it high tonight. First down and 10. And a slow pass across the 40, down to the 30. Stiff arms and knocked down around the 10-yard line, making a good saving tackle.
And I'm surprised they didn't call horse collar on that. But, again, Lopez gets in the game, and that's 3 carries for how many yards right now? I mean, he's really having a good game. Has barely touched the ball and has put Middletown again in scoring position.
Well, he has 3 touchdowns already. Take a look at stiff arm here, and then he's hard to bring down high. Turner comes over and makes the tackle. So it's first and 10, ball on the 11. Shotgun is Ash. Ash gives the Lopez. Lopez cutting up wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, flags on the backside.
So we got another flag. So we'll see what this is about. And again, Lopez is just doing what he does. You get a good look at him right there. He's grown. He's so much bigger, but holding penalty on the Raiders, so it'll come back.
All right, take this one back. Right side. See the Blue Raider faithful. They come out in the rain. They come out. And Brett Myers has done such a great job here in the last several years. I mean, it's renewed the faith in the Blue Raider program.
Well, they got that new school. I mean, this
on top of everything,
you know, that they've done or renovated or whatever it was. I mean, it just looks amazing. I mean, just the buzz in Middletown in all the sports has been very impressive.
That was an absolute beautiful touchdown run. Flags are down there late, but my goodness, Sykes is just showing what he does well.
And they may get Mortar with a face mask at the end of that run, which will give the touchdown to Middletown. A lot of flags in this game so far as well, so it hasn't been the cleanest game either.
So, boy, he's retiring, Steve Conahan here, but he's had to make so many calls tonight, so we're making sure that he gets his retirement all squared away here tonight, Jerome. You were right, flags have been down, but look at this. Just into the pack, pushes somebody out of the way, and resurge for a touchdown. Point after is up and good, and we'll have more after the break. We'll come right back with these messages.
Your score, Palmyra 0.
I can really buy local produce at Giant?
Yep, brought it in from our backyard. Well, not my backyard, but close.
Sweet. Find out about our backyard at giantfoodstores.com/local. Giant, the official grocery store of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, welcome back. We'll look at our last drive. It was set up by Jose Lopez. Big scramble here down to the 10. And then it was the Richard Sykes show right after that. Sykes, look right here. Pushes a block up, pushes a tackler off, resurges for a touchdown.
And then face mask at the end of it.
So it's 3 plays and 54 yards. Chewed up 26 seconds off the clock. So Lopez tonight has 153 total yards. Man, already. High School Sports Live is proud to partner with Mazzetti and Sullivan, a provider of substance use and mental health counseling services for teens and adults at 4 convenient locations across Central PA since 1983. Visit them at MazzettiandSullivan.com or call 1-800-809-2925. Mazzetti and Sullivan. We listen, we help. Let's take an opportunity, Jerome. I think you probably have some scores around the area to update our fans on tonight.
Let's wait till right after this play and we'll get to those scores.
Draw play set up right side, incomplete, and then that quarterback is Stephen Lyons. Lyons is a junior. He's 6'1", 185 pounds coming in.
And for the scores, Harrisburg is up 26-3 on Altoona, so they're still playing and doing their thing. Susquehanna up 3-0 on York Suburban. Newport up 13-0 on Juniata. Chambersburg is up 7-0 on Carlisle right now. And again, some of the scores are starting to come in. Governor Mifflin 7, Conrad Weiser 0. And a game that would have some impact, but right now it's not going to or much, is the Milton Hershey and Still High game is still 0-0. And as we know, fans at home, if Palmyra was able to come into Middletown and win that game and Milton Hershey would win against Still High, it would have been a three-way tie within the Mid-Penn Capital. But right now, Middletown is doing what they need to do, and as it looks right now, if this continues, they're going to be the outright champs of the division.
It'll be 3rd and 6. Lions in at quarterback. Lions back to pass on the screen. Flags are down. That's Luft.
And Lyons is a slightly bigger quarterback at 6'1", 185 pounds, and he's a junior, so it gives them another quarterback option. A little bit bigger, but they're going to that screen game right now, and unfortunately, with the penalty, it'll bring that play back.
Yeah, and that it's a holding call on the Palmyra Cougars.
And again, the play design itself was definitely well set up, and this is the second time that they went to that play. So they're trying to establish an opportunity to get that Middletown defense and use their aggression against them and throw right behind them to get some first down yards or positive yards, but a penalty negates it all.
So it'll be 3rd down and 16, 6:01 to play here before half. So Lyons will come out. He'll have twin receivers far right, a single receiver left, shotgun formation. He's going to roll out to his right. Look downfield to gather himself, and it'll be incomplete. Sean Carter was the intended receiver.
And it looks like we'll have another Palmyra player that's down.
Take a look again. It was that backside camera. Somebody really put a shot on it.
Somebody put a shot on a player from Palmyra.
As a trusted local community bank, Mid-Penn Bank offers options for families including simply free checking, a young savers account, great rates on CDs and money markets, an array of financial options including mortgages and home equity loans. Stop in at Mid-Penn Bank branch near you or visit midpennbank.com to learn more. SportsRecruiters.com announces that Penn State University football coach James Franklin will be the keynote speaker at the 9th annual Mr. Pennsylvania High School Football Awards on Saturday, February 16, 2019, 5:30 p.m. at Best Western Premier in Harrisburg. Tickets are available now at www.mrpafootball.com. Fans, coming up at halftime, we'll have our Jack Giambavo halftime report and our Highmark halftime highlights. And we'll have our stats from our CRIA and OSS Health stats report coming up. Also, Grace Greer will be down on the field with Brett Myers as he's coming off the field. This is all at halftime, so stay tuned. Be 4th down and 16. And the punting team will come on for the Cougars. And Sykes will be back waiting for the punt. And about shy of the 50. 47 will be down by Palmyra, and with 5:34 to play, Middletown have the ball here right before half.
And again, Middletown, you'll see who comes out on the field. I mean, they may try to score again And this game is already getting closer out of reach. And yeah,
I mean, that was a play there on Sykes that you kind of got a question, like, what was it? What was
the reason for it?
What do you do that? I mean, there was no sense in kid was out of bounds. He just fell on him. I don't know. Hey, you got to be careful. If you're Middletown, you just want to make sure that, a lot of penalties right now. I don't know if you're Brett Myers. The first thing he's probably going to say at halftime is like, guys, you want to definitely watch what you're doing. So, I mean, that was a shot there in the screen. I mean, you just got to be careful that you don't want to get an opportunity, pull the flags pulled on you, and then you're setting the game or something. You're thrown out of a game, so you got to be careful. 5:27 to play and the helmet off, so that's going to Wagner is going to have to come out.
And again, it looks like you'll see some different players from Middletown getting the game up 42-0 in the second quarter. You can give those guys an opportunity to sit down a little bit at some point in the game, and again, you can gear up for the playoffs. Last game of this regular season, you can get guys geared up and healthy for the playoff stretch.
Scott Ash is going to give to Sykes. Sykes left side.
And again, for me, if there's any surprise, is Palmyra's defense. I would have thought that they would have been a little bit more formidable today against this Middletown team. This is not a Palmyra team that has had a bad season. They've had a really good season, started out the season very well and very strong, and some very impressive wins. And then stumbled a little bit 2 weeks ago, and now they're here in a very difficult battle against a tough Middletown team.
Give to Sykes. Sykes across the 50, bouncing out. Go 40. Still on his feet, and he'll step out of bounds.
And Sykes just getting a good workload today for this Middletown team. And again, the offensive line is doing what they like to do best, and that's just get up to the second, third level and just push guys. And the tackling for Palmyra has just been difficult.
Sykes on the carry. Well, I tell you, those workhorses up front. Geisler and Hefner and those guys and Senior, they've done their share of opening holes today. I mean, man, if I'm Sykes and Lopez, I'm making sure I'm buying those guys pizza every Friday night.
And anybody else that runs the ball at this point. I mean,
those guys.
It's been a good season.
What do you do? Don't you have to buy them watches or something? Don't you have to buy your offensive line like watches?
They're high school kids.
Oh, not in high school. Okay.
High school kids, you probably were dead on at the pizza. You got that allowance from your parents. So, yeah, I get an allowance. Get a little bit of pizza going.
How about like a sweatshirt or something?
They're high school kids.
But with your name on the back, just so they're reminded who they're blocking for.
I mean, they got summer jobs. I mean, those sweatshirts can become expensive.
We'll take a break, and there'll be more High School Sports Live after these messages.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Statler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
Let's go down to Archie Smith Jr. on the field. Archie, it's probably time for Middletown. They're just, Sykes has now 109 yards. Lopez went over 170 on that last run. I mean, that's a lot of yards now. Maybe mixing it up and getting some other guys on the field now is what you're hearing down the sideline.
Well, one thing that you guys was hitting dead on the head was Middletown came out passing. And, we expected this team. We know this team as a running team. So I think the quarterback and I think the coaches are just getting this team into a flow of passing, and I think they're going to pull their starters going into coming out in the second half.
Well, there's Sykes still on his feet. Oh, just jumped over a guy and will be tackled at the 20-yard line. Very, very almost a gymnastic-type move.
Yeah, and Sykes right now is just having fun. I mean, he's out there just having a good time. Offensive line just getting to the second level, third level. He's jumping over people like he's in track and field, hurdling or steeplechasing, and just just one of those days.
Twin receivers to the left. Fox drops his mouthpiece, shakes it off, puts it back in, look, and still calls the play. Give to Sykes. Sykes going to come all the way back the other side across the 20. And Carter come up to make that tackle originally.
There you got a chance to see at least some defensive effort there for that Palmyra defense to come up and make a play.
Look at that. Sykes comes all the way back this backside here. I tell you what, you got to wrap on those guys, man. You hit them low, you got to keep your hands wrapped.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they
break tackles.
They do break tackles, and that's always been the case.
Man, there's just been absolutely so many flags tonight. For anyone watching today, I mean, it's been a slow second quarter because of the laundry on the field.
Definitely. I mean, just a lot of just flags all over the place. And
I mean, that's definitely a talk on both sides. I mean, in particular, really Middletown. I mean, if you're Coach Myers and staff, I'm sure they're going to address that at halftime. Like, guys, we're getting close to the playoff time. Come away with the Capital Division here tonight, and those flags. That stuff comes back to haunt you when you're in bigger games. Single receiver, Twins on the right side, single left side. Sykes is the back wandering around. Ash shotgun formation. 1st and 19. Give to Sykes. Sykes trying to drag somebody along across the 30-yard line. And he'll be taken down. And making the tackle for Palmyra was Burkholder.
And again, for Burkholder, just hold that leg and get him down and make a play. And he was able to stop the run from getting any further than where it was.
It'll be 2nd and 16. Ball on the 26. Runner in motion, fakes a jet sweep to Sykes' left side. And Gabe LeFew come up to make the tackle. He's 290 pounds. Look at big 71. That's a big boy right there.
Yeah, look at his arms. He's big guy in the middle of the defense. And they count on him to be a run stuffer. And on that play, that's exactly what he was.
There's 12 penalties against Middletown tonight.
Yeah, that is a lot. I mean,
12 penalties.
It's a lot.
So 3rd down and 15, ball on the 25. And there's going to be the 13th penalty of this half against Middletown.
And that's the one thing with Middletown, you got to clean up. You can't go into playoffs making these kind of mistakes. And I think this is the big thing for both teams. I mean, it's a good shot that Palmyra is going to get in as well. But for Middletown, these are a lot of penalties, and these are the plays the penalties that'll get you early exit in the playoffs if you don't clean it up.
I'm heated because my quarterback takes a head shot and they don't even. That's a
Ash dump off to Timothy Wagner. Wagner's a quick dude. Take a look at it again. He's going to step back. Wagner's like, hey, let me be part of this touchdown party. How about it, Jerome?
Absolutely.
So it'll be 4th and 5. Ash and the crew are going to go for it here in the red zone. And Palmyra is going to get a takeover on downs. That's something positive. You take every positive you get. Palmyra gets the hold.
Got big number 71 on the play. LeFleur again on the play that shuts that running game down. Good effort there for Palmyra.
Gabe LeFleur said, I'm not playing now. 71 coming up and making that stop. Palmyra have the ball. 1:17 here before half. Coming up at half, we'll have a whole breakdown of things, and we'll go down to Grace Grill. We'll have Coach Myers with our CRIA and our OSS Health stats and our Highmark halftime highlights.
It looks like we'll get a pass interference on that left side of the Middletown defense.
So tonight's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, AT&T, Highmark, Hoffman Ford, and PHFA, Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We thank all of our sponsors for this year to make this happen on High School Sports Live. All right, the ball is 25, 1:11 to play. So Lyons is back in at quarterback, the junior. Lyons looking downfield, is going to air it out. Going to overthrow his intended receiver.
And again, you know, Lyons coming in, his job, as you can tell, is to try to air it out downfield. You've seen Middletown or Palmyra several times trying to get some big plays on the outside. Got a penalty just a play ago, and trying to take another shot downfield again. I mean, one thing is the offensive line, and the last two series have at least held up there as far as not getting too much pressure on the quarterback. So they did a good job there.
Lions needed to wait about a second, two more, kind of release it pretty quickly. It's going to be incomplete. Hunter Dorn was the intended receiver.
Well, definitely, you want to get the ball out fast on those plays. The key is you got to make sure that the ball is in the vicinity for your receiver to catch it as opposed to in the dirt, because you want the play is designed to roll out quick, hit your receiver that's out in the flat, but the pass has to be on point.
It'll be 3rd and 10 with 1:02 to play here before half. Lions back to pass, screen, set up. Petrino will be taken down shy of the 30.
And that's the third time we've seen that middle screen play. And on that play, Middletown really defended it. They saw it, read it right away, and came up and made the play.
So under 35 here to play before half. Stay tuned for our halftime report coming up. Lions taking his time. And that'll be down against Palmyra, and 12 seconds to go. Middletown will have the ball. Now they just take a knee and go in at half here.
Palmyra's punt is down at the 44-yard line. Where does a touchdown Raiders?
All right, Raiders will have the ball. 42-0.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they just down it and go into halftime at this point. But who knows?
Down at Middletown side, they brought the crowd tonight. They always bring, they got a faithful crowd over here at Blue. At War Memorial, they come out no matter what, rain. They've been very excited with what Coach Myers has done with this team, and they have good reason. 2 times they've gone to the state championship the last 2 years. That's going to be the last play of the half. Actually, there'll be one more.
Well, that means, yeah, they're just moving the chains.
They're going to move it and then they'll get it back up. So that'll be it for the before halftime. And I mean, Middletown 42-0. It was a dominant half by the Blue Raiders.
Yep.
All right, so we have Grace Grill going to be standing by with Coach Myers here as he's coming off the field. Let's go down to the field now with Grace Grill. Grace?
But
players like Jose Lopez and Richard Sykes, I mean, they made their Wheaties this morning.
Yeah, they did a nice job, and I think they'll be the first ones to tell you that our line's doing a pretty good job too, and just had a good week of practice, and this is the result of it.
What are you looking for in the next half?
We're going to get some younger guys on the field, and hopefully they play as hard as the older guys.
All right, thanks, Coach. Todd?
All right, Brett Myers is not a man of many words, but he's done such an effective job. Looks like he's going to get some other guys down on the field here coming up in this halftime. They're up 42-0, so we'll come right back after these messages with our halftime report.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Gerald Jarman, former Division I point guard from the University of Richmond.
The figure 8 cone dribbling drill is a great drill to teach players how to cross over right and left as they go around the cones in a figure 8 pattern. This also teaches a player to hook the ball right and left as they go around the cone. These skills in a game speed motion will help a player develop control and speed in the open court. The most effective way to execute this drill is to time them in 30-second intervals so they push themselves at a fast pace.
This is a key drill I teach my players in my class.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Come over here, Wade. Well, welcome back to Middletown War Memorial. And we have a message from our sponsor, Capital Region Insurance Agency sponsor. Listen.
My father years ago told me, own your own business. That was my inspiration. And February 1st of 1996, we opened up as Capital Region Insurance Agency.
Throughout my entire life, seeing my dad how successful he was and learning the way he was actually able to communicate with people and help them, whatever their needs may be, it made me want to get more involved. I'm most proud of helping continue my dad's legacy, helping the surrounding communities, businesses, and families.
We try to wow our customers, let them know that we are here for them. If they can't get into our office, we would take the time and go visit them. This really differentiates ourselves from the 1-800-WHO-DO-YOU-GET. Whether it's financial services, auto, home, life, commercial, we hold their hands, bring them through the process. We let them understand that we know what we're doing, and they feel comfortable when they leave here.
I think it makes it more personal and more family-oriented, definitely more of a friendly environment.
What I'm most proud of is the hard work, and it's enabled me to ensure clients, to provide protection for them, to let them sleep well at night.
Well, welcome back. I'm standing by with from Sports Recruiters, Wade Marsico. Big thing coming up here, Mr. PA Football. We've got Coach James Franklin coming up in February, and talk a little bit about it so what the viewers can, how they can get tickets and how they can be part of it.
Well, you can go to our website, MrPAFootball.com, and we have some links there for people to go ahead and purchase tickets. We use Eventbrite, been using that the last number of years. Again, the banquet is Saturday, February 16th, 2019.
Yeah,
we're
that's
in
right,
2018. And it's going to start around 5:30. And this year it's going to be at the Best Western Premiere.
You know, that's a great night. I mean, Mr. PA football. I mean, it's quite the award to get. I mean, we're seeing some guys tonight like a Jose Lopez and people like that. I mean, there's a lot of guys can nominate, but people can vote as well.
Yes, we have a fan vote that counts as 1/3 of the vote, a media vote, and a coach's vote.
I mean, we got some great quarterbacks out there. There's a lot of people. I know the High School Sports Live staff. I mean, we have our opinions on a lot of guys. We've seen some great quarterbacks this year. Like I said, Jose Lopez, some great running backs, but there's always a lot of talent out of PA. And a lot of times the Pennsylvania recruit, the man that's picked, is generally getting a lot of looks. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely.
Scholarship-wise.
I mean, yeah, we had Saquon Barkley in the past. He's in the NFL. Miles Sanders.
Right.
Recently, Lamont Wade. A number of Penn State players. Might be forgetting somebody. Oh, DeAndre Swift down at Georgia, running back. So they're really blue chippers, basically, the guys that have been winning the last number of years.
So a lot of blue chippers. It's Wade Marsico with sports recruiters and Mr. PA football, February 2019. Take a look at tickets, 5:30. James Franklin is keynote speaker and a great guy. He's got a big game tomorrow against Iowa. And this is Wade Marsico. We'll be back with more of our halftime report coming right up after these messages.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
My own pace.
I see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be. And I won't stop learning. I am CCA.
Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Just what you're looking for, Hoffman has it.
And at HoffmanFord.com, they make it easy to find the new or used Ford you've been looking for. Search nearly 500 new and used vehicles right at your fingertips. And when you find one you like, you can even get pre-approved by applying online. Plus, you can chat live or text a real person to answer any questions you may have. Start your shopping at HoffmanFord.com. They make it easy to get into a new or used Ford today.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for, Hoffman has it.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambaba family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambaba family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambaba family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambaba family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambaba.com.
Welcome back to our Jack Giambaba halftime report. Archie Smith Jr. and Jerome Presley. Let's take a look a little bit as we go into that first half. 42-0. I mean, man, 3 touchdowns by Jose Lopez. He's over 170 yards. His counterpart, Sykes, was over 109. And there's Lopez when he opens it up 53 yards away. And just take a look at it. Got a hole? No doubt about it. But that's not finished. They're going to run him in motion. But first, pick 6. Chris Joseph's going to take that thing back to the house. And they're up 14-0. It was tipped off of a hand. And then Lopez, who, if you notice one thing about this kid, this is the maturity of him. He breaks tackles. Right side, he goes for his 3rd touchdown.
you're just not going to touch him when he gets in the open thing. Sykes, I like this right here. Inside, bounces outside, touchdown. He's not done. He'll get another one before it's over. Right here, pushes a defender off of him, bounce back, accelerates for another touchdown. Flags coming flying anywhere. They had 13 flags in their first half, the Blue Raiders, and that was your high mark halftimes highlights there. Here, more importantly, look at total yards. Palmyra 23, total rushing yards from Middletown 376. Arch, stuff that stands out for you.
One thing, if you can see, I've seen the 10 penalties plus 85 yards. And if I'm Middletown right now, I am trying to get my team to calm down because this right here can linger on. We cannot have this style of play going into the playoffs and especially going into our division.
Jerome?
I would say the 2 first downs, that stands out for me, 17-2. And that means that you have a lot of 3 and outs if you're Palmyra and you're not able to sustain drives. And more importantly, you're not able to keep that Middletown offense off the field. And if you can't do that, you know, that's showing why you haven't been able to score. They haven't been able to move the ball. So that's kind of the situation that they're in. And a lot of it has to do with what has happened to them with injuries. I mean, they come into this game down their starting quarterback, and then they lose their starting running back in this game as well. So right now they have an uphill climb, and they have to themselves try to gear up for a playoff run with these deficits on the team.
And Archie Smith, I mean, one thing that we heard is Coach Myers said, hey, I'm going to look in the second half about getting some other guys. That they're up 42-0. Playoffs are lingering. You get a week to think about it, and you don't want anybody injured here in this game tonight, up 42-0.
Oh, that's a great thing, and it's a great experience for my team and for my younger guys as well. Guys are going down at halftime. Hey, some of you young guys, you're about to get your opportunity right now because throughout the season, if it's not a blowout, you're going to stand on that game and wait your turn. Right now, you're going to get your turn, young guys, and we're going to see what you guys are made of. We'll come back in and insert the film, and guess what? We'll try to see what we can get and how can we build this in going into our playoffs for these younger guys, because guess what? If someone can come out here and raise some eyebrows tonight, Coach won't forget them going into the playoffs next week as well.
Well, Grace had an interview earlier. Let's go to Grace with Dr. Bixler.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Dr. Bixler today, and today we are talking about athletes and how recovery is so important to an athlete to finishing out a whole season. Talk a little bit about recovery.
So in this area, we know we have great coaches who do the practices, game preparation. The personal training industry is also taking off nicely. What I don't hear talked about a lot about is recovery. And so basically working out and training is a series of soft tissue injury and inflammation. And so proper recovery allows you to take care of that. And when you do so, you supercompensate, get bigger, stronger, faster. If you are not recovering, then you just have a constant breakdown of soft tissues, and you get the chronic injuries and wind up seeing me and colleagues here in the office.
So when I was in high school, the big thing was chocolate milk after a game. You're saying no.
Well, so the bottom line is you have to cut down things that are causing general body inflammation to allow you to put all your resources towards your recovery. Start off with things like sugar. So chocolate milk has tons of sugar, and sugar can be very inflammatory. Some people are also very sensitive to dairy. They don't have to be lactose intolerant, but they can have general dairy insensitivities. So that's probably not the best source of a post-workout recovery.
All right, well, Dr. Bixler, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much. For more information on this, go to osshealth.com.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
I can really buy local produce at Giant?
Yep, brought it in from our backyard. Well, not my backyard, but close.
Sweet. Find out about our backyard at giantfoodstores.com/local. Giant, the official grocery store of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Judgy and Bubba family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A G and Bubba family dealership. Over 20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the G and Bubba family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack G and Bubba family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at gmbubba.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Judgy and Bubba family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A G and Bubba family dealership. Over 20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the G and Bubba family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack G and Bubba family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at gmbubba.com.
Advanced Hoops boasts the largest basketball training program in Central PA. Take your game to the next level with top trainers Duke McCamby, Gerald Jarman, and Charlie Fortney. Shooting, post, and point guard classes are being offered this fall. Register today to reserve your spot at advancedhoops.com. SportsRecruiters.com announces that Penn State University football coach James Franklin will be the keynote speaker at the 9th annual Mr. Pennsylvania High School Football Awards on Saturday, February 16, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. at the Best Western Premier in Harrisburg. Tickets are available now at www.mrpafootball.com. Welcome back to the second half. Middletown getting ready, up 42-0. Palmyra. Middletown will have the ball. And Jerome, I mean, it's been all Middletown. 3 touchdowns by Jose Lopez, a couple by Sykes, Richard Sykes' buddy, and that's where we are. But 14 penalties.
Yeah, 14 penalties, and you definitely want to clean that up. And again, you know, when you look at what Coach Myers said at halftime, you know, you're going to see a lot of younger players in the game. So you may have seen the last of Lopez and Sykes and some of those other starters to get them off the field and get those young guys in the game. And again, you know, you came out, you executed, put up 42 points. Yeah. You know, you have a Palmyra team that's definitely not at full strength. And even if they were, this was going to be a difficult game for them anyway. But when you're down, your starting quarterback, your leader, your captain, you go to battle with, and you have to go down to a sophomore that is struggling, and as well as a junior that's really trying to find their way, it puts you at a disadvantage. So again, from Palmyra's side, they, you know, again, just try to get something going. You know, some way to hold the ball longer than one possession, get a couple of first downs at least to keep this Middletown offense off the field. And here's the problem, Todd. When you get these younger guys in the game, what do you think they coming in the game to do?
Oh, they come in to score. You know, ain't no doubt about it. They're hyped. I'm getting a shot.
When guys come off the team, they've been running with the scout team all this time. They get an opportunity. They're going to come out with new energy, and they're coming out hyped. So it's not going to be an easy task for this Palmyra
And Jerome,
team.
you can go ahead and you can interview me now. I was a scout team specialist. I just want to let you know, freshman year, sophomore year, I had the penny on. Listen, sir,
one opportunity to carry the ball in a game like this, and you are trying to break it. I don't care what anybody says.
Exactly. So it's not going to be an easy task for this Palmyra team at all when you got these younger guys that are coming in and trying to make a statement as well.
Trying to look for anything positive. Palmyra break across the 40-yard line, and hey, they'll take it. They had 2 first downs, and both of those first downs in the first half, Palmyra first downs, came about of penalties.
And that was Ryan Turner returning the ball. Gets a good return. We had a couple of good returns, and some were negated by penalties.
And they're going to be okay. They'll settle down. I mean, Haas is not out forever. I mean, he'll probably be back in a couple of weeks, you hope. And then, I mean, you're coming up in War Memorial Field, and you're playing a really good veteran team here in Middletown. Their only loss coming to Bishop McDevitt, undefeated in the division, and they have been the last 3 years. So Lions pass is complete over to the right side, and that's the little things you want to do. Just kind of chip away if you're Palmyra. The clock will be running here with mercy roll.
But again, you want to keep the ball. And I think that's the big thing, is you want to keep the ball out of the hands of this Middletown team.
So it'll be 2nd and 8. Lions, shotgun formation, looking downfield. Pass complete, across the 50. To Carter.
And you get the chains moving.
And that's a legit first down. Like I said, their last 2 first downs were because of penalties. Middletown had 17 first downs in their first half. We thank Travis Sparks, our statistician, who's been done such a fantastic job for many years here on High School Sports Live. Travis, we really appreciate all your efforts. Also, the Invicta crew tonight. And, man, they do a great job. Executive producer Chad Edwards, Kaylee Edwards, Josh Edwards, TJ Smith, Don and Donna Lattimore. I mean, the list goes on. These guys come way before we ever get here. And Jay Ligo also out in the end zone camera tonight. And it's incomplete, and there's going to be flags, and they're going to call that against Middletown. That's going to go against Terrell Daniels.
And trying to get Hunter Dorn to get loose, and again, they're going to get a flag, and we get another first down for this Palmyra team. Now they got something going a little bit. Now let's see what they can do. And again, you can't really focus on a score at this point. You just got to focus on getting something going moving forward. And it looks like there's going to be offsetting penalties. Is there a couple flags or no? Okay. Yeah, they're bringing it back. Yeah, so it's going to be offsetting penalties. So the down will replay.
Well, it was definitely on the offense. I mean, he was dragging him down.
Yeah, but that's not the call for the offense. They got a holding penalty.
They got a holding back here.
So they got pass interference on that on the defense.
It'll be shotgun formation. Twin receivers left and twins duels to the right. Lions going to roll to his left. Looking downfield, way downfield. He's got a wide open receiver in Carter. Carter across the 10, the 5. Touchdown Palmyra. They're on the board. Lions hooks up for his first touchdown.
And what a beautiful pass from Lions. I mean, he rolled out. The footwork was great. And you see the energy that it's given the Palmyra team. You know, they to get that positive strike right there was big. And get these receivers that are used to getting a lot of balls throughout the game, able to get them going with a beautiful pass by Lions downfield.
Well, Jared Pugh was in the secondary and did really get burnt. Carter went by him, and that was a touchdown. Get a chance to see the point after Palmyra. Griffin Wilder will come on the kick. And Seth Robertson, the sophomore, will have the hold. The snap, ball down, up. Point after is hit off the upright. It's not good. 42-6. We'll be right back with more on High School Sports Live after these messages.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Gerald Jarman, former Division I point guard from the University of Richmond.
The figure 8 cone dribbling drill is a great drill to teach players how to cross over right and left as they go around the cones in a figure 8 pattern. This also teaches a player to hook the ball right and left as they go around the cone. These skills in a game speed motion will help a player develop control and speed in the open court. The most effective way to execute this drill is to time them in 30-second intervals so they push themselves at a fast pace. This is a key drill I teach my players in my class.
Well, welcome back at last drive for Palmyra. Set up for some of these couple small dumps. Casey Sugar, and then Lyons are going to roll right side. He's going to hook up with Sean Carter. Carter's going to go in the end zone, and Palmyra get on the board.
And that was one of the, probably the best pass of the day from these Palmyra quarterbacks. So a good strike. And again, we've seen that Middletown has gone to their bench a little bit on both sides of the ball. So, you're going to have some opportunities downfield, with some of these players coming in and just learning how to play, even though they're going to be over, they may be overhyped a little bit. You just got to make the strike and make it happen.
So Matt Hines set to kick. And he dropped at the 10 and, picked back up. And staying on his feet and going to be wrestled out across the 15-yard line. That was Terrell Daniels for Middletown.
Now, one of the things you may try to do when you get these backups in the game, they start running the ball. You got to try to get your hands in there. See if you can pull one of these balls loose out of their hands, because they're not used to carrying the ball in the big game. So I'm trying to see what you can do there.
I think we'll see a different quarterback for the Raiders. I think Jared Pugh, the sophomore, is coming in, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it's going to be Zettelmoyer, Dylan Zettelmoyer. Zettelmoyer will be shotgun formation. He gives it a big old hole across the middle, across the 30-yard line. And T.J. Daniels getting a nice carry.
Terrell Daniels, he's in the game.
Sophomore.
And that's what we were talking about. You're going to see some guys come in the game. They're like, I'm trying to run. And once again, we have another Palmyra player that's going to be down.
Still good blocks up front by the Middletown crew. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
My name is Monica.
Well, Middletown has 400 total yards, up 42-6 here, third quarter. First down and 10, they'll have the ball. Zettelmoyer is the quarterback, replacing Josephs. We've got a whole host of other guys in the game entering here in the third quarter, as Brett Myers said he was going to do. Zettelmoyer, high snap, he's going to control. He's just going to have to keep it himself, and he's going to cross the 40-yard line and be drugged down. Coming up to make the tackle is number 21, and that's Justin Euler.
And as you can see, Palmyra has brought in some of their backups as well. So we basically have a JV game for the second half.
Well, Zettelmoyer shotgun formation, and the twin receivers to the left, a single receiver to the right, getting his opportunity. Give Daniels. Daniels left side across the 40, and he'll be wrestled down high, heavy at the top.
Number 6, T.J. Daniels with the carry.
So it'll be a second down and 9.
And again, I mean, if you're Middletown, running backs. You know what the history of the running back position, and Daniels coming in as a sophomore, you're looking to be that second guy next year. You know, as Middletown, you know that Sykes is moving on, and you know, you're going to have Lopez back. But again, we know over the past few years, Middletown has always had 2 running backs, and they feed them both.
Zettlemore give to Daniels. Daniels right side, just talking about the guy across the 50-yard line moving the ball.
And we got another first down for Middletown. And they're going to be content with keeping it on the ground and just running the ball.
They're over 400 yards.
And again, that clock's ticking. We're 7 minutes down already in the third quarter. And that's what happens. You get that running game going, you just chew up clock. And if Middletown keeps this ball, you're going to see a very, very quick second half for them.
Every single receiver out to the left, and probably a delay of the game on Middletown.
And that's another penalty for these Raiders.
Back to the 46-yard line, where it remains first down.
That'll be 6:59. First down and 15. Right side. Crossing the 50, putting his head down. And getting some second half running action is Timothy Wagner.
And Wagner got a carry in the first half as well. So you'll see Wagner and Daniels leading the way for this Middletown offense at this point.
6:30. 2nd and 10. Zettlemore, shotgun. High snap. Brings it down to Daniels. Daniels left side across the 50, 45. And Middletown continually moving the ball. Archer getting a whole lot of guys. Archie Smith getting an opportunity here, coming in and trying to make good on it. This sophomore, T.J. Daniels, is trying to put stake his claim into maybe a backup role next year behind Lopez.
Hey guys, I love every minute of this, and I know Jerome do, because we was once in those same shoes. Waiting for the guys to handle their business so we can be able to get our turn, and we know what the game feels like when it is our turn.
That's right. Shotgun formation, Zettelmeyer. 5:36 to play, 3rd and 5. Give, Daniels cutting back, finding a hole, opening across the 40-yard line, staying on his feet, and he'll be stood up by 3, 4, 5 white jerseys of Palmyra Cougars.
And that's going to be close to another first down. And it looks like they are going to give Middletown a first down, so they'll keep the ball. And again, they're just running the ball. We're down to 5:18. This third quarter is rapid fire right now.
We need to stop at the 39-yard line. Where it is a first down Raiders.
We'll be coming up here in the second half, giving you some of our score reports across. I was really anxious to know about that Susquehanna Bishop McDevitt game tonight in that Capital Division matchup. Cedar Cliff right now undefeated up there in the Keystone. Harrisburg going to win a division in the Commonwealth. I mean, a lot of good things going on across football-wise. I mean, we had a York game a few weeks back where York was up 20-7 and turned around and lost in the last seconds to Red Line 21-20. I mean, there's playoff action coming up. I mean, we've got a host of teams making it, and we'll have a playoff game this year too. But let's go down to some scores here in the second half action.
Harrisburg up 40-3 now on Altoona. Still haven't gotten an update of the Milton Hershey score. It's in the third quarter at 0-0, so there's no score there from either team. That's a surprise because both have had the ability to put up a lot of points. Mount Carmel 28, Shamokin 0. State College is up 13-6 against Camp Hill at the half. York Suburban is down 9-7 against Susquehannock. Northern is down 20-14 to Waynesboro. Bermudian Springs is up big on Biglerville, 33-7, and Cedar Cliff is up 35-0 on Redland. So that's a couple of scores in the area. Hershey is also up down 25-20 in the third quarter against Twin Valley, and Central Dauphin in the rivalry of Central Dolphins. Central Dolphins up 22-6 on CD East.
Well, that's your scores across the Mid-State here on Friday night.
Left side, pushing hard. And Middletown continually moving the ball. Zettelmeyer with the quarterback keeper.
And that'll give another first down.
They get 19 first down here in this game. We'll have a 1st and 10 from the 25. Will be Middletown. Zettelmeyer had to go over to the sideline and get his play call and let the huddle know it now. Good chance. Straight give, right side, left side.
And I know you think about it, we're coming to the end of the season. Again, another season down, and we've had such a great season this year.
It has been fun.
And I know me, you, and Archie have talked about this, the season of the quarterbacks. I mean, this was an amazing year for quarterbacks in the area. I mean, it's just been great quarterback play. And just really good timing. Guys are really polished as QBs and passers. And I know I was very happy to have those opportunities. And I know you were, as well as Archie and Grace, to see the quarterback play across the region.
This was the season that we went into our 10th season, and we introduced a new person on the sidelines, Grace Grill, and Arch and I and you have been doing it for many years now, going all the way back to the arena football days, and it's just been fun. Left side, Daniels, not much there. All right, we have Grace. Grace, I know you got the Mid-Penn Bank cheerleaders, the Blue Raider cheerleaders on the side. Let's go down to you, Grace.
We do. We're normally in the student section, but I don't blame everybody for not being here. It's kind of cold out, but these girls are making it work in the weather here. They have their pink on for breast cancer awareness, and we're going to toss it to them. Take it away, girls.
What kind of spirit are you talking about? That Raider spirit just knocks me out. What kind of spirit are you talking about? That Raider spirit just knocks me out. What kind of spirit are you talking about? That Raider spirit.
TJ Daniels again with the carry.
Todd, back to you.
Thank you, Grace. That Blue Raider spirit's going to knock us out is what we've been told. And you know what? I think the rain knocked out some of that crowd tonight. War Memorial, when we came in today, the rain didn't start till about a little after 7:45, closer to 8 o'clock, right after kickoff. The rain came down pretty hard. It got a little colder. I saw some of the fans move out since this one was on TV tonight. And as Middletown, some people headed after halftime, headed to the cars and headed home. But where we are now, 42-6, 21 first downs for the Blue Raiders. There's Zettelmeyer going to keep himself across the 30-yard line, stiff arms, and be taken down around the 25-yard line. Middletown wanted a horse collar.
Yeah, I think that's the second time we've seen a possible situation with horse collars.
It looks like I guess they're going to call it, Jerome. Flags are down. Well, we have a week off, and then we're back to playoffs, guys. I mean, can you believe a 6A playoff game we'll be calling?
Oh yeah, and that's the playoff game ramps up, once you get there. And again, as you're getting to the end of the season and you're in, you're trying to really tune up because what ends up happening is the adrenaline, everything is heightened because you're one and done. So you got to come out and be crisp, and you want to cut down on those mistakes so that when you get into the playoffs, you want to be ready to make a run. And I know Middletown, as we've seen over the years, have done a very good job with that. And they've gotten out of the district and into the state playoffs, and they've done extremely well getting to the championship game. Just not quite able to get over the hump in the state championship. So that's what they're looking to do.
Zettelmeyer crossing the 15-yard line, getting an opportunity to try to put one on the board here. It might be the last play of the third quarter.
And a rapid-fire third quarter as well. This was a fast quarter today. And again, you got the mercy rule, and then you have Middletown sticking to the run game once they got the ball back.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, AT&T, Highmark, Hoffman Ford, and Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We thank all of our sponsors, making this 10th season what it was this year. Middletown, 42-6, 5 seconds and ticking. And it looks like Palmyra's going to jump off sides. Oh, well, they're going to. The movement was first on Middletown. That'll be the end of the third quarter. We'll have fourth quarter action coming right up after these messages.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently, we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Welcome back, fourth quarter action. Jerome Presley, Archie Smith Jr., Grace Grill. I'm Todd McCall here. The Blue Raiders come out tonight in their new gray uniforms, or their first time they wore the gray here at War Memorial. They probably like it.
And unless a miracle happens, we're looking at the 2018 Capital Division champions in Middletown after the day. I mean, they would have solidified it outright, the champions, with this win today.
And they keep doing it year after year, winning this Capital Division, and then that's not where they leave it at. They go playoff-wise. 2016 won the district championship, went to the state championship. Last year went to the state championship, same results.
And a couple of things they're going to need to clean up, I think, in the games that I've seen, which is 3. We saw the game against Bishop McDevitt. I got a chance to see them against Milton Hershey, and then I see this game calling this game today. And one of the things, number one, is mistakes and penalties. Mistakes, penalties. They do have a tendency to have a lot of penalties in a game, and they can make mistakes. They have to clean that up. Also, the pass coverage and the pass defense against a formidable quarterback. We saw it, and again, Bishop McDevitt with their receivers are going to make make most teams look bad sometimes in pass defense. So they just want to make sure they shore that up, and it looks like they have not had any real problems after that. But I'm not sure if they really saw a really good quarterback. They would have seen one today.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that Halls has shown the ability with his stat line. I mean, 1,300 yards passing, 400 yards rushing. That was out of this game, and that's hard to duplicate for this Palmyra team.
I think when you lose a guy like him, I mean, obviously, and then, coming in, and 2 plays in, you lose your best running back in this game. And I hope Caleb Hawkins, we never heard the injury report, but it didn't look good. He got rolled up on his leg in the first quarter on a second or third carry of the game, and hasn't been back. Zettelmeyer.
And those are morale killers sometimes. When you lose that, like I said, you lose that kind of leadership from your team, and you got to figure out a way to kind of come back now. So very difficult task for a Palmyra team that has had an amazing season up to this point.
Right, it'd be 3rd and 25 for Middletown. Zettelmeyer has twin receivers to the left and a single receiver. TJ. Play action. I thought it was going to go TJ Daniels, but it didn't. Zettelmeyer pushes forward in 4th down territory. I'm sure they'll go for it.
So, guys, I got a little information.
Cavalier makes the tackle.
Go ahead, Arch.
I got a little information on the gray jersey versus the traditional blue or yellow jerseys that Middletown comes out in.
Yeah.
Well, these gray jerseys were presented to the senior class as a senior gift to the class. But if you can look at them, they had the last names on the back of them. This might be the first high school team I've seen with their last name on the back of the jerseys. But they're able to keep these jerseys after the season, guys. That's a great job. That's a great thing coming from the coaching staff, rewarding their players with such nice jerseys like that, guys.
That's pretty nice. Seniors getting to keep the jersey with their name on it. At 4th down will be a turnover on downs. Middletown had the ball the whole 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
And they'll turn it over on downs with 9:18 to play and giving Palmyra the ball here in the 4th quarter.
I mean, think about it. There were basically each team had the ball once. Middletown had the entire 3rd quarter for the most part. Palmyra scored right away, and then Middletown kept the ball the entire 3rd quarter.
Oh, that's right. Middletown did. I'm sorry. Take that back. Palmyra had the ball, scored. Yeah.
Yeah, Middletown had the ball since. I mean, Palmyra's score was pretty quick. That bomb that we saw. But, yeah, I mean, Middletown kept the ball pretty much the rest of the time.
Palmyra's going to need a timeout. Palmyra's going to want to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back after these messages.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
My own pace.
I see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be. And I won't stop learning. I am CCA.
Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Welcome back to War Memorial. Our next broadcast, we'll have a week off and come back Friday, November 16th for the District 3 6A Championship. Real excited to see who that might be. Will it be Harrisburg? Who will it be? You know, that's the big question. Always surprises when it comes playoff time. You never can. Harrisburg had a great year. After that Coatesville loss that we had them early in the year, they really settled down, and, I mean, they have been a team to beat in 6A. Palmyra with the ball. Second time they've had the ball here in the second half. 8:40 to play, and we talked earlier about, really, with Haas being out tonight, Palmyra lost a good 90% of their offense, really.
I thought that was a great point by Jerome bringing it up, man. 1,300 yards passing, 400-some yard rushing. And as a football player, that is a significant loss on offense. And you know what? I think if he's playing, this is a different game, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you have receivers that have been able to catch those balls from Halls and had a good year. And again, you can't get them the ball really. So it really took so much out of the offense when you have a commander of the offense like that you leave. And again, it just shows the importance of being able to get guys ready and getting that second quarterback and that third quarterback ready as much as you can.
There's one thing I was sitting over here looking at that Palmyra team from over here, guys. It's like 6 to 7 guys over there on crutches. So these guys have been getting hit by the injury bug a lot as a high school team, but they're still rallying around to be 8-1, guys.
I mean, think about it, and I see it, Archie. They have, and I was going to say something about that earlier. They have so many guys over there that are walking on crutches and out the game. So you think about if all those guys were still here and in the game, what this game would have looked like, and how the end of their season could have turned out. But again, that injury bug, sometimes, man, it just the luck of the draw, or not having luck in the draw, where you get those injuries that kind of put you in a situation like this at the end of the season.
Especially when you're losing these kids in key positions, quarterback, running back, some of these skilled DBs that you can look, the quarterback was going both ways. We forgot to point that out. He started at quarterback, and he was also having to play safety. So the task that he had tonight was real heavy, and I think he's back in the game now, guys.
Yeah, they're going to come back with the sophomore. And Seth Robertson is now the quarterback. Let's just talk a little bit. Last time they've had the ball, this is the second time they've had the ball in the second half. Middletown had the ball for 18 plays and chewed up 12 minutes and 47 seconds in the third quarter. And now it's down to 6:25. Wow. 4th and 1 for Palmyra.
Yeah, this is a very, very fast half with the situation with the mercy rule, and then you have the running games that these teams have both committed to.
Finding a little confidence, but short of the first down. Well, they picked it up, I'm sorry, and didn't. It was 1st and 10, and that'll be second and call it about 5.
And again, a positive yards, I mean, on first down, and that's what you want.
5:36 to play here in the fourth quarter. Middletown goes on to win and to be the Capital Division champs again this year. Trips receivers in a single far left. And getting Seth Robertson in a little bit of a rhythm now.
And they came back pretty much with the exact same play as the play before. Getting that ball in the jack stretch, the receiver, he just basically, 5-6 yards into the middle of the defense, and he sits down right there in front of the defense. Give him an easy, and those are the easy completions that you want to give to your sophomore quarterback to give him that confidence coming in. Because if he has to play, when the playoff starts, wherever they seed, you want to have him ready. And right now, you need all the help you can get.
Robertson's pass is complete to Charlie Ortiz. Ortiz, 83, coming into the game. Sophomore as well, 5'10", 140 pounds, getting his first catch. 4:30 play, 2nd and 5. Dump off, just shy, that's to Ortiz. Robertson to Ortiz, shy the first down.
And again, we've seen some consistent passing game coming from this Palmyra team. And again, you're seeing a little bit of a rhythm here, and they're able to keep the ball. Now we're under 3 minutes and 49 seconds. So again, this clock continues to run, and we're at the, coming close to the end of the game.
Give to the running back number 24, Nick Walicia, on the carry. And it's a good tackle.
And that's the first carry for Walisnia to get in the game and get a carry. So we're down to that 3 minute. Getting close to that 3 minute mark for Palmyra, and they're going to continue to keep the ball right now.
One up over the top. Pass incomplete. Sam Landon will be incomplete from Robertson to Landon. Robertson threw a pretty good ball right there.
That was actually a good coverage.
Throw.
Good coverage down the field as well by number 6. I think that was Daniels, Terrell Daniels.
In order for that ball to be caught, it had to be a great pass over the defender's left shoulder. And Robertson's starting to show a little bit of confidence here. That might be good if he has to play in another week in playoffs. Robertson looking downfield. Had a receiver, just kind of overthrew him.
And again, when you have a young quarterback at any level, you got to find out what they like to do. What is it that they do well? And you want to look at that playbook. And you want to say, okay, you tell me what plays you like, that you feel comfortable running, and then you build off of those successes that they have. So right now we don't know what's going to happen, and if Palmyra gets into the playoffs, I don't know where their seeds are in the playoffs for District 3. I'm pretty sure there's a good chance they're in. If they get Grant Hawes back, then things change a little bit. Now, not having your running back in Hawkins, we don't know where that goes, but getting back your leader can change your offense, and then your offense is going, and hopefully he's back and he's healthy and he's ready to go. And that's probably, I wouldn't, if he was able to come back, but they wanted to spare him to get ready for a playoff run, that makes a lot of sense. At this point, even with him, this was going to be a hard game because Middletown is, for this division right now, they're just hard to pick off. And Milton Hershey saw that as well. They played tough. They were doing well. 2 undefeated teams matched up. Middletown came out on top.
Roberts is going to keep it himself across the 20-yard line. Now to move the chains, it'll be another first down for Palmyra. 56 seconds to play here in the game. Palmyra looking for another opportunity maybe to put another one on the board, just some pride points. Probably time to start looking at our player of the game, and I think we've really narrowed it down just to Jose Lopez, who had over 170 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight. Robertson's pass will be incomplete.
Broken up by Jared Pugh, and actually, if Pugh didn't get there, this may have been picked by Daniels, because I think Daniels was right. It was going to drop right into his hands, number 6.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, probably the last play of the game here. Coming up for Palmyra. Robertson probably want to try to put another one in the end zone. He's going to have to throw to the end zone. Dumps off there. It's going to be incomplete. 1 second. No time left off, and that's going to be the game. Middletown's going to go on to win the Capital Area Division champions, and AAA has a great seat going into the AAA playoffs. On our next telecast will be not this week, but next week in the 6A playoffs. And Jose Lopez will be our player of the game. He had 5 rushes for 28 yards and 2 catches for 25 yards. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more on ABC 27 after these messages.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Well, welcome back to War Memorial Field, Middletown 42, Palmyra 6. And Grace Grill is standing by with our Hoffman Ford player of the game, number 25, Jose Lopez, with 3 touchdowns tonight. 5 rushes, 128 yards, 2 catches for 25 yards. He had an early night, but a very effective night, Grace.
They're rolling off your stats up in the booth. I don't know if you can hear them in my ear or not, but 2018 Capital Division champs, how does that feel?
It feels great. It's a blessing. You got to thank God every day, and it's a real team win, and we just got to thank him and the line and the coaches, everything. It was just a great game. It was a great game.
Now, this is a winning program. We're heading into post-game now. What's the mentality?
We got to take it game by game. Now it's 0-0. Postseason always is like that, and we got to keep our heads low but humble and just keep fighting.
Now, I got to ask about these gray unis. This has been the talk of the broadcast tonight. What do you think about it?
I mean, I love them. I love the alternate unis. They're real fun. They got our names on the back, so it makes you feel like prime time, like you're in the pros and stuff. They're real cool. I like them.
All right, well, enjoy this win, Jose. Todd, back to you.
Thank you, Grace. That was Jose Lopez, our Hoffman Ford player of the game. He's 43 touchdowns on his career and over 3,254 yards, make it 3,362 yards now, and 43 touchdowns in his career. And Middletown 42, Palmyra 6. It was just a real effective game tonight, no doubt about it. And I'm Todd and we're going to take a look here at our Pizza Hut play of the game. It was Chris Joseph's pick early in the first quarter. They went up 14-0 after this, and the ball was tipped by Robertson's pass, and Joseph took it back for a pick 6, and that put Middletown on the board 14-0, and they never looked back from here again. One more look at it. It was a no-doubter. Joseph's going to march into the end zone 24 yards away for the touchdown, and it was really just all Middletown tonight. The mercy roll was on early in the second half. Our next broadcast coming up for the District 3 Class A 6A Championship will be on Friday, November 16th. So we're off next week. We're coming back. I'm Todd McCall on behalf of Jerome Presley, Archie Smith Jr., and Grace Grill, and our whole Invicta staff. We want to thank you for tuning in to all these games this year in our 10th year season. Jose Lopez taking it home tonight, Middletown 42, Palmyra 6. We'll see you in 2 weeks in the 6A playoff game. Good night.